Welcome to the Gravel Lot, the place where bikes are for everyone.
The Gravel Lot podcast is presented by Be Free Ride Bikes Apparel, providing a fully customized cycling apparel experience to provide you and your team the attention to detail and personal touch that you deserve.
And also brought to you by Grimpour Brothers Coffee, offering handmade coffee roasted weekly in small batches to give you the finest quality coffee to start your day. Choose their subscription service and earn your free bag of coffee today.
And by Hand Up Gloves. Great gear, better times. Providing a wide range of apparel for bikes, snow sports, and golf in multiple designs and fits to let your personality shine.
Our goal with the Gravel Lot is to inspire cyclists of all stripes to ride bikes, share their story, and have fun. We love all bikes and anyone who wants to ride them. So no matter where you sit on the spectrum of bikes, we'll always have a place for you in the Gravel Lot.
And now, the hosts of TGL, John Woolry and Doug McClintock.
Hello and welcome back once again to the Gravel Lot. I'm John, that's Doug, and we are so glad that you guys found us once again for another trip in the Gravel Lot. So for those of you that are new, what is the Gravel Lot? So I think the shortest way to say it is that both Doug and I believe that the only thing better than a bike ride is sharing a bike ride with friends. And what do you do on those bike rides? Is you tell stories and catch up about life. So we made a podcast about it, and we have people come on and they tell their stories, and we ask questions about their stories, and we learn more about ourselves from that. So that's what the Gravel Lot is. It's the place where you park your car before, after, hopefully not during a ride, because you had a flat if you're in a gravel lot.
That's true. That's true. You never want to be in the gravel lot in the middle of a ride.
They're aggressive conversations mid-ride.
Yeah.
Gravel lot.
Yeah.
Before and after are the better ones. So with that being said, whether you are a new pebble or an existing pebble, we are all pebbles in this thing we call the Gravel Lot of life. So welcome. We're so glad that you are here. So please check out the website, hit up the Etsy store, go support TGL on Patreon, go visit all the partners that we just mentioned in the intro music.
Yes.
Go purchase their great products, go support the people that support things for the cycling world, because it's not a very big world and we need to support each other. And if you want to get a hold of us, you can contact us.
Yes.
Radio show, radio voice.
Radio voice.
Contact us on any of the forms of social media at the Gravel Lot. You can go to thegravellot.com, check out all of the almost 300 episodes of the Gravel Lot, Pink, Blue, White, Girls Moving Mountains, the Bike Shop Show. There's all of our video content that we've made.
Season 2.
So many different things that are on there that you can go catch up on. You can hit up the contact form on the website if you want to get a hold of us too, and you don't like social media. So we got that covered too. And the last way is if you have a rotary phone.
Yeah. Per our previous conversation.
Yeah, per our previous conversation that you guys didn't hear about. You can call us at 513-400-5577. So there's really no excuse for you not to, if you have a question or if you have something that you would like to tell us.
Yeah. We're here for it.
Yeah,
we're here to accept it into our lives, and then digest it. I think that's the plan.
Hopefully do something with it.
Yeah, we'll figure it out for sure. So this week's a little bit different. And again, we've had a couple different episodes. John and I did a John and Doug episode, but we've got another John and Doug episode, and this one's going to be a short one for us this week.
Well, they can see that.
Yeah, I mean, if you looked at how short this episode is, you'll know what's up. But there's a reason behind that. And there's actually a few reasons and a number of compounding reasons behind that. And as you know, if you've been with us for a long time, there have been a lot of changes in our lives over the past 5 seasons. We've done this, John and I. If you look back, you can see, or
it's an analog of our lives.
Right.
You guys have been a part of living all of that stuff with us.
Yeah. And you can go back and you can kind of go, oh, we saw this period, we saw this happen, we saw that happen. And you've seen seen, relationships begin and end. You've seen tragic circumstances befall us. You've seen really happy times. You've seen growth, redemption, all sorts of different things. And we love having you here for that. But we have built this canon and this like kind of narrative of our life. We're kind of at an inflection point for both of us, and
for different reasons.
Yeah, and for very different reasons. But also, it just kind of happens to be that things kind of not conjoined, but coalesce. Oh, that's a damn good.
That's a Doug word.
That is it. I should have thought of that one. That's a 50-cent word. John, did you watch the script spelling bee? Is that like coalesce? Can you use that in a sentence, please?
Actually, I feel like that's one that I use on the regular basis.
It's a good word. It's a very good good project manager, art director, creative manager word. So things coalesced, and John and I have a lot of stuff going on right now. Number one, John here has an amazing new job that really is, standing up a whole set of processes and staffing and departments and the thing. It's a lot, but I mean, it's work. It is what it is. I think Doug is trying to give me a little bit more credit. No, but I'm watching from the outside, and I watch you from the outside on the daily, and I'm like, good God, this is a very big thing.
But to be fair, my book bag is the fact that I think we headed straight into the pandemic, continuing to produce TGL, continuing to try and inspire and motivate. And during the entire pandemic, I did not take care of myself the way that I needed to. And I have come to a point where I need to take a step back and do some work on myself. Like, yes, work is a lot right now, and there's a lot of things that are sacking my time. But for me, TGL has always been a life raft from all of those things. But now I need to address the fact that I need a life raft, and that for me is really what's going on. Is I want to get back to Tuesday nights, and we're going to Doug and I are going to go ride bikes together rather than talk about riding bikes together.
I'm kind of really excited to ride bikes every Tuesday.
So like I said, there's a lot of things that I need to do. There's a lot of things that I need to talk to some folks about, and get squared away with myself over things that happened over the pandemic. And I don't feel like I'm alone in that sentiment, because there's a lot of folks right now that I know are struggling with trying to come back to some sense of normalcy. So I feel like for 5+ years, we have tried to bring openness, honesty, and inspire and motivate you guys, not only from having amazing people come on the show, but showing you with full transparency things about their lives and things about our lives that we've lived through. And this is one that I feel like I don't, that's why I said, I feel like you're selling me short. I don't want it to say that we're taking a hiatus from TGL because I'm too busy at work. Yes, that's part of it.
Right.
But it is, I got to get myself right.
And I give you all the credit for having the honesty and vision to approach that, right? There are always things in our lives that'll stress us out, but it becomes a point when you can't control those other pieces, and you're like, whoa, everything has piled up. Like you've always said, and I'm so glad that you brought this phrase to my life. Everybody has a backpack. And sometimes that backpack is like the zipper's broken and stuff spilling out on the sidewalk as you're trying.
It's a little tippy.
As you're trying to like walk from the bus stop, and it's raining, and you're like, my homework is getting rained on.
This is fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Right. And I think it's important, and I think it's commendable that you have the space and capability to say that and recognize that and take care of yourself in that space. And so, yes, you can't stop doing work, which is the problem, right? That's breakneck. You can't just be like, I'm going to pull the parachute on this. But you have a chance we have the ability to elect to make some changes.
Yeah. So I think, like, for me, there's work is amazing. Check, big check box next to that. My wife, my relationship at home, my relationship with my best friend here, all of those things are amazing checks. So my health, still great. Like, all of those things are in great positions, but it's more of like, I want to come back when when this is over with, and in however long it is, we're thinking fall.
Yeah.
I mean, we're kind of going a little bit out of order in terms of how this is kind of unraveling, but I want to get all of this stuff out of the way, because I really do want to talk about why Doug needs a break. But I think it'll be like sometime during the Vuelta, the fall time
I
period,
feel like that's
World
right.
Championships. Like we've already got 9 or 10 people that are lined up
and it is
interviews.
so much fire.
I think I think it's important to say that because it's so easy for people to say we're just going to take some time off and then it never comes back. TGL is not going anywhere. We're going to continue to be in your feed because we have like 230 episodes that we can continue to shove down your guys' throat on social media. So you're definitely going to go relive some of the oldies. So
some dubious audio quality. Yeah, but whatever. It'll be good. We'll do it together.
Come.
Yeah.
But I think from that perspective, I do think that it is like, yeah, I think I needed to take a step back for myself, and it coalesced perfectly with what my best friend here across the table from me has, which I just got to hold her for the first time a couple minutes ago. So Sage Margaret joined us at 11:28.
Yeah. On 5:31.
5:31.
Yeah.
Right on time.
Right on time.
On time.
This kid literally came on their due date, which is like very unheard of.
Right.
Apparently,
almost exactly in the middle of the day.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I was like, how close can you get to really be nailing it?
She is very much McClintock because she is on time.
On time.
On program management time schedule. Like she had the Gantt charts. She was ready.
She knew what's up. She knew she had to be here at a specific time. Everything nailed it. Yeah. And you know, that is the biggest thing right now. In my world is absolutely,
that is your world.
I mean, she is my world.
Yes.
Ellen is my world. She is my
happened.
world. And, we are beyond blessed. And just everybody in our wider support system has been just amazing. And yeah, I want to spend some time focusing on figuring out what it looks like to be this version of our family. Yeah. Ellen and I have built a really awesome family that involves 3 wild dogs, but now we've had a new little wild person, and we're trying to figure out how all of this revolves. And managing another person's life is, it's good enough that I can get myself out of bed and like figure out how to make coffee and do that.
Right.
But I got to manage a potato, right? Or a potato that, okay. And to be clear, she is awesome. She is like very chill, but this is the period of time that we got to put the systems in order so that when things are not chill and when things are wild, we have them in place. And, to be clear, that's not the only piece of this, right? I think I recognize as well for me, yes, my life is drastically, wildly different than it was a week ago. I mean, because like we are recording this almost a week, like to the day. Tomorrow will be a week of Sage being outside of the womb and with us. It's totally different. My life is completely different. But that notwithstanding, I think one of the things that John and I both struggled with a lot during pandemic is our relationship to bikes. And I don't want my daughter to see me have a weird relationship with the thing that I love.
This touches on something that I think is worth talking about, because I think a lot of the true inflection point for both Doug and I because I brought this up a couple months ago, and I brought it up under the guise of your life's going to change. We should talk about, do we want to take a break? And immediately it was shut down. I brought it up under the premise personally of, I'm not in a great place with bikes right now, and I feel like a fraud talking to you guys every week about like things that we love. I still love going for bike rides. I went on one with Doug over the weekend. Like, I still love doing it, but it's not 10/10 the way that I want it to be, because I think Icarus flew too close to the sun.
Yeah, we talked
to the wrong sequence of people.
Yep.
We got not that we got involved with the wrong crowd, but I think we got too deep in the weeds with a couple things, and just saw more than I feel like we needed to right before the pandemic, and then everything shut down, and that was all that we had to stew on.
It's tough. It's tough when you don't have uplifting things.
Fail, and then watch the people that we were interacting with fail really hard and very publicly about things, and only reiterate how you are already stewing in your head about stuff. But on top of that, just not riding and again, like not having that physical, like the actual physical relationship with the bike. And I think that's where it is. I think that's part of this work that both Doug and I are going to do, is just reconnecting and rejuvenating this love of this thing that brought him and I together and brought us with you guys. And that way, when we do come back, you'll know that it's genuine, and you'll know that it's pure. And I bet if you guys go back and re-listen to some of the episodes, you'll be able to see it if you haven't already seen it.
Yeah. And I think I like to be very clear. People that we've had on over the past 2 years have told us some amazing stories and inspired us in so many ways, but it's been hard to take that and put into practical action for us, and to feel like we've been able to do something with it, and to feel like we've been doing the things that we want to with it in a way that feels like John and Doug.
Activating
that.
Like hearing it is one thing,
sure,
but then you almost get that, like,
and that's
influencer lifestyle Instagram thing of like, oh, their life is so awesome.
But part of the challenge for us is that when we hear something awesome, we want to go do something about it.
Yeah.
And I haven't felt that burn in the way that I used to. And there's a lot of change, right? I'm no longer the president of an organization, right? There are some other potential things that are changing in my world in that space. And that's exciting. But I'm going to have a new person to share my bike with, and I want them to understand how it brought me my best friend, and how it's brought me all of you. Pebbles, you're all so close to me. There's so many of you who've messaged me and sent me messages, and I apologize if I haven't been back to all of you with goofy photos of the baby.
TGL HR has been very busy.
Yeah.
It's been very backed
up. To be clear, that was your job, John. That was your job. But all of you have been amazing in that space. But I want to be able to tell Sage and show Sage what that community is, and feel it again in that way. And I think John and I are both aching to have that back in our lives, and to chase that feeling again, but we got to find it in an honest way. So long story short, feelings, thoughts, processes, what's going on is happening. The long and short of it is, we're going to take a little break. We're calling it a hiatus. Yes. It's not like a break like Ross on Friends, right? We're not going to make some other podcast with some other people. No. That's not what's happening. No. We were on a break, but we are going to take a little hiatus and get our ducks in a row. We're going to release some of our favorite shows, and also some shows that are very early on that we really enjoyed that you never got to hear about. And some of our friends that like are locals that we really enjoyed talking with. You'll get to hear some fun stories.
The true foundation of what the Gravel Lot was, always will be. Even if it's somebody that won an Olympic gold medal, like they're still local to somebody.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that's what the show's always going to be.
So we're going to drop a bunch of those out, and we'll do that over the upcoming month or two. I mean, I'm thinking John's right. We're looking at early fall, late summer, early fall, that kind of shoulder season where things are still going on in Europe and people are still racing. It gives us a chance to focus on what we need to over these upcoming months and feel like we're dialed in and get ourselves back to the place where we need to be. But we're here. So continue to send us guests that you may have. We have a stellar lineup for the second half of season 5. Like, my inbox right now is full of names that I did not expect to interact with ever, let alone this year. So
yeah,
it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Tough because it's like, we can't do later this month.
Yeah,
because we're not doing later this month.
But we'll do this.
Don't
forget about it. But it's an awesome lineup of folks. We've got a really cool crew of people doing amazing things, and we're very excited to share them with you. But send us new folks. Stay engaged with our old content. Let us know if there's any episode you think that affected you, that you really appreciated early on in the season. If you've been a Pebble since season 1 or season 2, send us a recommendation of something you're like, hey, cut. This is something people really needed to listen to, but probably have slept on.
Right.
And we will try to think about putting that in the queue. We're always looking for good stuff in that space.
I've also got, I've been brainstorming with Pete. That we're going to do I haven't decided if it's going to be every week or every other week. We're going to do a game on social media.
Like What sort of it? Like, give
I'm
to
gonna
like
do a
just give me like a random game. It doesn't have to be a game. Don't
give me a bike
reveal it.
scavenger hunt.
Oh, like okay, cool. All right,
So
sweet.
we're just gonna list like 3 or 5 landmarks.
Go find them.
Go find them and take a picture of yourself at them.
Okay,
That's the game.
yeah. It's like a alley cat, but
Yeah, chill.
Yeah,
with pictures.
Yeah,
and probably coffee, and donuts, or something.
Fantastic.
You better not be like in an Aero kit.
I mean, you can. That's fine. Whatever. No bike is bad. Do it on a BMX bike. Do it on a penny farthing. Do it in spandex on a penny farthing.
That's super ironic.
I'm here for it. If you do that, I definitely need a photo of it for sure. So that's the plan moving forward into the fall. We wanted to make sure we let you all know personally where we're at, what's up,
and why.
Yeah,
because neither one of us wanted it to be a, hey, we're taking some time off, and you guys hear it via social media or a Facebook post or a tweet or some bullshit like that, because that's clearly not
our brand.
How we do things. We are long form for a reason,
because we cannot stop talking.
So let's wrap up the show today. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you guys so much for being a part of the Gravel Lot for this long, for motivating us to actually kind of get our shit together and want to keep doing this for so long and keep doing it for as long as we can continue to keep it viable.
Perpetuity.
Because without you guys, we simply could not keep doing this each and every week. It's your guys' motivation, the folks on Patreon supporting us to keep things funded. So not only that, thank you guys so much for that. We've already encouraged you guys to go hit up the sponsors, Be For Your Ride Bikes, Grandpoor Brothers, and Hand Up. Go buy stuff from them. Go support them. They all make amazing things. Get some amazing coffee. Support some amazing causes. Hand Up is making more new stuff than I can even
cheetah gloves?
Keep a track of.
Good Lord, the cheetah gloves.
So many things. So many drops this year. It's like they were all backed up over pandemic, and now that they're
all the stock
being
came
released,
in, and they were like, good Lord, we have a lot of things.
And obviously Be For Your Ride Bike, cycling apparel, fully custom apparel. Get all of that stuff. Like, thank you guys from the bottom of our heart. You certainly are a motivator to keep doing this, to bring you something special each and every week, and to just keep making a silly bike podcast where we get to talk to really interesting people and hear awesome stories.
Yeah. Huge thanks to Water for all the music for this past couple of years. I really appreciate you doing what you do, and surfing all over the place. It's really fun to follow Water on. If you don't follow Water, you should follow him. He does surfing all over the place. It's pretty cool. But new music out from him all the time. Thank you for providing music for our show. We are beyond stoked and really, really appreciate all of you. We can't wait to get back to making new friends again every week, like we always do, and then sharing those new friends with you, and sharing,
getting out and riding bikes with you guys.
Yeah, that's the big one as we come through. Ellen is like, oh my God, I'm going to be able to ride bikes again. So she's excited, which means she's excited for me to go ride bikes. So we're all going to be out spending our time with y'all as much as we can. Amanda's riding bikes again. It's growth for all of us. And thanks for sticking with us. And we look forward to being back live with you later on this year. So that's I think it, John.
I think that's all for this week. We love you guys. So please be sure to subscribe, follow, and engage while we are out. We are not going anywhere. We still
respond to messages. Yeah.
So keep engaging with us, because as you know, decisions and trails are made by those who show up. So if we do not see you on the trails this week, we will see you next time. Bye, Doug.
Bye, John.